With so many car accidents happening every single day, having a good camera dash cam has become more important than ever. This is why I grabbed one of these Azdome dashcam M17 Pros. Two things that caught my eye mainly about this product: one, 3K resolution, and two, its affordability. This camera has dual recording capabilities. It's able to film in the front and from the back as well. Only thing is, the back is 1080p and front is 3K like I mentioned earlier. It comes with all the cables you need to connect the camera to your car. It comes with a dual USB charger. Also comes with 5 cable clips and pry tool. This is a Type-C power cable. These are dry and wet wipes. These are the electronic stickers. Last thing in a box, just like any other responsible product, a detailed menu. This camera also comes with a 64GB mini SD card, which is inside right here. You just press this and it comes right up. This camera does feel light, but it does not feel like it's a cheap build quality. Kind of feels like my GoPro in a way, just slightly bigger. Let's remove this lens protector. Before we install this camera, let's go over some button functionalities. We have a speaker right here. We have a microphone right here. The hole with a AV lettering on it, that's where you put your micro AV inside, and that activates the rear camera. This is what the rear camera looks like. This is the bracket. You just peel this off so that you can stick it in the proper area of your dash. The middle button allows you to access the main menu or the menu settings. That functionality will be disabled if the camera is in action of recording. And obviously the two buttons you see, up and down arrows, are to select the functionality upwards or downward direction. And you got this big screen here, which also has a little protective screen layer. And the M button that you see here, that's a mode button. And you can press it once to shift between video, photo, or lock video playback. This first button allows you to start recording. You can also adjust this lens based on your angle. This caution sign button here, that's a lock button. And if you press this once, you can lock the video as an emergency one. And obviously the power button allows you to turn it on and turn it off. From what I see here, this thing comes with pretty much everything that you need to set this up and go. This thing is super simple to install. You take one of these things and you peel this off. And stick it up here. Let's remove this protective layer here. Then you remove this blue thing right here. And then wherever it shows the square area, you just put it in the middle like this. You see it's holding up pretty well. Next, we take out this Type-C. By the way, this Type-C is like super long. Plug in the USB, plug it in. Once you turn on the car, just turn on the camera. For some reason, it wasn't working with this one, but when I plugged it in the USB port, it just booted right here. And then again, we use the controls here. Today is January. It's asking me to format the memory card. If you click the M button and hold it, it's gonna format the card and bring you to the screen. This is how you format it. This camera looks really HD. Like, the screen looks beautiful. All right, let's go drive around. All right, we got another bike person here. This is pretty exciting. So far, I'm pretty happy with the way the visuals look on this camera. I'm just gonna go down on a busy street here. I'm actually also curious to see how it will perform in a low light conditions, because hey, people also drive at night, right? Yeah, it's recording everything really well. I'm also seeing like a super wide angles here. While we're driving around here testing the quality of the footage, I want to tell you that this camera does have G sensor inside, which is a technology that allows this camera to automatically detect if any incidents occur during your driving. As I'm parked here, I also noticed that there is another setting for parking monitoring. This setting allows you to monitor your car for 24 hours while your car is parked. I don't know about you guys, but that's a pretty useful setting because You don't know what people do to your car, especially if you're in a strange neighborhood or parked somewhere that you don't supposed to be parked. I mean, I don't know. People do all sorts of weird things nowadays. It also offers continuous recording with automatic file management. And my favorite setting would probably be the voice activated settings here. You can actually use your voice to activate certain commands for camera to do. I also found it really interesting that it also has the ability for you to do time lapse with this camera. I want you to take a look at this footage here. This is me driving, and as you can see, everything looks nice and steady. I think the visuals look really nicely defined. I drove quite a bit with this camera on just for me to fully test the footage and SD card capabilities, and SD card did not fill up so quickly. Just right out of the box, you don't have to modify the settings on increasing the quality of your camera. This thing was automatically shooting in 3K. And just as I mentioned earlier, this camera does have a wide view capabilities, and you're seeing that here in my footage as a test demonstration. We're seeing the intersection, we're seeing the cars passing by, we're seeing the two lanes next to me, we're seeing the right lane next to me. I mean, this thing pretty much gives us the eyes wherever we need it. I want to quickly go back to the microSD card conversation. Even though it comes with a 64GB card, it does support the microSD cards up to 256 gigabytes. In the manual, I also read that this thing comes with an enhanced night vision capabilities, and that's going to be the next thing that we're going to take a look at here. It's getting darker outside. This is a perfect opportunity for us to test this. Not only it's dark outside, but we also have rain.
Wi-Fi is connected.
My windows are looking a little bit foggy here, and I also haven't turned on my windshield wipers. Right now, we're gonna also test the sound of the speaker. You should be able to hear everything. I did have the other footages silenced, but you're directly hearing me from the camera right now. And I'm about 3 feet away from it with my space. So this is what the audio sounds outside. I'm gonna honk now so you guys can hear what it sounds like from outside. Sounds pretty good. Here's the blinker sounds. All right, now it's pretty much dark outside, so let's go put this night vision thing to test. Giving you a live report here, I am clearly seeing that camera. That means that footage is probably good too. Since it's a rainy condition outside and I'm not really whipping out my windshield wipers, it looks like it might be a little bit of a blurry footage, but you can still see a defined visuals of what's going on outside of the car. Based on what I'm seeing here, I think that this dash cam does have the capabilities of handling the low light environments. If you're driving in the middle of the night and there is a little bit of raining outside, you might want to keep your windshield wipers on for more defined and clear video resolution, because in my case, I'm not turning my windshield wipers on because I have a special window coating on my glass which allows me to still see it, but for camera sake of it, you're gonna want to use it. As per my recommendation, the Azdome M17 Pro does combine high-resolution video capture, wide-angle lenses, and with its advanced features like we covered earlier, it definitely makes this a comprehensive and affordable dashcam solution for modern-day drivers. Compared to all the other dashcams out there and its prices, I think Azdome dashcam is definitely worth the investment.